Hey, thanks for checking out the Fuel Your Mission vlog. Today's vlog is going to be about why you shouldn't read this blog post, or in this case, watch this vlog. So this is a little bit of an interesting topic for me, especially since I'm trying to get my blog and my vlog, my YouTube channel off the ground. I'm only here, this is the 9th episode. But this is something that I've actually struggled with a lot, so I'm just going to be very transparent here for a minute. During my first several months after I had quit my corporate job a few years back and I was starting out on a new business, I quite honestly had no idea what I was doing. I had all the knowledge and I had all the thoughts laid out, the ideas on how I wanted to execute laid out, but when it came to waking up in the morning and actually pulling myself up by the bootstraps, and getting to work early in the morning, I really struggled. And how I coped with that struggle was reverting back to what I knew and what was comfortable to me, and that was digesting content. It was reading a lot of books. It was reading a lot of blogs. It was subscribing to email newsletters, and all of that was great. But what it ended up doing was really creating in me a seed of dissatisfaction with where I was. I was comparing, as you may have heard the different people say it, but comparing my today to someone else's tomorrow. And truly what that means is that you're taking an application and looking at someone who has been wildly successful, and you're comparing yourself to them versus comparing yourself to them when they first started out, when they were at ground zero. And I had a very good friend of mine who had been on a similar journey as far as leaving a corporate environment. And he had mentioned to me that, you have to shut that off. You have to be careful of how much you read and digest, because it can almost corrupt you in terms of not allowing you to actually take action. And one person I reference, probably have referenced multiple times on these vlogs, is Gary Vaynerchuk. So he's somebody who I do subscribe to his content, watch it regularly, love his approach to work ethic, which is taking action trumps digesting content all day, every day. So execution is really key. So getting to my point, how much time do you spend consuming content versus executing? And if you're a college student or you're a high school student or whatever, like I get it, that mix may be off because you are in a classroom setting for 15 credit hours or whatever. So certainly it's not an even spread, but just think about that. Think about how much time you spend reading about things you want to do versus actually doing the things that you want to do. And one thing that, going back to Gary Vee again, that Gary Vee is big about is that he actually hopes that some of the people that subscribe to his channel stop watching the videos, because that means, in his eyes, that means that they're actually executing against their goals. So that's my thought for today. It's been something, again, I have hugely struggled with, especially getting this channel off the ground here just a few weeks ago. I really need to take that advice myself and really buckle down and put more application into the doing part versus just the digesting part. So the bottom line is that reading does help us stay sharp. It opens our eyes and helps us to stay creative, reading, digesting, watching, whatever you want to call it. But it's the action that really sets us apart. So the bottom line is simple. Take action. Find out what your goals are and your dreams are. Make a plan and get out there and get after it. Because sitting back and flipping through pages of content on your iPad is not the best way to go about it indefinitely. Thanks for checking it out, and see you next time.